35 hours, a significant new benchmark for autonomy. 1,000 tool calls, a massive operational scale for an AI agent, no supervision, truly autonomous business process execution. That is what Alibaba says its newest AI model can do on its own. Yesterday morning in Hangzhou, the company unveiled Qwen 3.7 Max and a full stack of chips and servers underneath it, and called the whole thing China's AI factory. Most of the coverage today focuses on the benchmark numbers. The harder question is what happens when your board has to approve a deployment of any of it. 3 things were announced together: the model, a new chip, a new server. The model is Qwen 3.7 Max, Alibaba's latest large language model, positioned squarely for agentic workloads. 2 preview variants appeared on the LM Arena leaderboard last week. Max for text, Plus for multimodal. Max ranked 13th globally on text, Plus ranked 16th on vision. Both are the highest ranked Chinese models on Arena right now. Both still sit behind Claude, Gemini, and GPT at the frontier. The chip is the T-head Zhenwu M890. Alibaba says it triples the performance of its predecessor. The server is the Panjiu AL128, which packages 128 of those accelerators in a single rack. Both are domestic alternatives to US infrastructure. Both are available to Chinese enterprise customers today through Alibaba Cloud's domestic model platform. And the framing came directly from Liu Weiguang, Senior VP at Alibaba Cloud, on stage. What we're building is China's AI factory. He said Alibaba is the only AI and cloud company in the country operating all 5 layers of the full AI stack: chips, cloud, models, model services, agent applications. Behind it sits a $53 billion 3-year infrastructure commitment Alibaba announced last year. One more piece of context, most outlets are skipping. Qwen 3.7 lands 1 month after 3.6. Alibaba's release cadence has compressed to roughly bi-weekly through 2026. That matches the iteration tempo OpenAI and Anthropic now sustain. The capability convergence and the release cadence convergence are happening in parallel. Both are signals about where the global frontier is heading. 2 things about this release are worth slowing down on. First, the rankings. Number 13 and number 16 on Arena are not frontier. They are highly competitive. The benchmark cohort here is Claude, Gemini, and GPT. That is the global frontier tier, not the deployed enterprise model cohort most companies are already running. Alibaba's own announcement claims the lift puts the Qwen team at number 6 in the world on text and number 5 on vision when measured by lab. The capability gap is narrowing. That part is real. Second, and this is where most reporting gets it wrong, Qwen 3.7, Max, and Plus are proprietary, not open-weight. The Qwen brand built its global reputation on open releases. Open models capture the market, closed models capture the margin. Alibaba restructured the Qwen organization in March of this year to pursue exactly that strategy. Most enterprise teams have not noticed the shift yet. The procurement conversation about Qwen in 2026 is not the same conversation it was in 2025. The capability story is the easy part of this. After 25 years in cybersecurity, watching technologies arrive and mature, I have a calibrated sense of when a vendor announcement is real and when it is choreography. This one is mostly real. The headline agentic claim is the kind of number marketing teams designed for press release pickup. 35 hours of continuous autonomous operation. More than 1,000 tool calls without performance degradation. Apply skepticism, apply benchmark scrutiny. The number is still pointing in a direction the entire field is pointing in. Agentic systems that run long, call many tools, and self-correct over hours rather than seconds. That direction is where the next 24 months of enterprise AI deployment is going to live. For enterprises operating in Asia Pacific, there is now a frontier-grade option that runs locally, complies with regional data residency requirements, and slots into enterprise procurement workflows already in place. That option did not exist 18 months ago. It does now. Think about what 35-hour autonomy actually enables if the claim holds even at half the duration. A full SOX controls testing cycle that a financial controller used to scope across 2 weeks. a multi-file software engineering refactor across a repository the size of a mid-market SaaS company's monolith. An entire procurement category review with vendor questionnaires, response analysis, and shortlist scoring. The unit of AI work is shifting from minutes to hours, and from single-step responses to multi-step execution. Even adjusted for vendor hype, the shift is the story. For the broader market, the implication is downward pressure on inference costs and a second source on capability. 2 vendor markets are healthier than single vendor markets. 3 vendor markets, healthier still. Capability convergence between US and Chinese labs is, on its own, a promise. It expands optionality, it compresses pricing power, it accelerates the iteration cycle every lab now has to maintain. That is the part of this story you will read on most outlets today. It is the part that matters least. The harder question runs underneath the headline numbers. First, the agentic governance gap. 35 hours of autonomous operation with more than 1,000 tool calls means an AI system is taking thousands of decisions and actions on your business processes without a human in the loop for any individual step. The classic governance model assumes humans approve outputs before they ship. That does not work at this scale. The decision surface is too wide, the action surface is too fast. Every tool the agent calls is a potential failure point. Every external API it touches is a potential exfiltration channel. Every multi-step chain it executes is a potential cascade. Make this concrete. 1,000 tool calls per task means 1,000 opportunities for indirect prompt injection through retrieved content. 1,000 chances for an agent to be persuaded by a malicious document it reads in step 200 to take an action in step 700 that no human ever sanctioned. 1,000 context windows being assembled, possibly transmitted, possibly logged across 35 hours of operation against your data. Single failure modes that were rare at the prompt level become statistically frequent at the agentic level. The probability of compound failure is not the probability of one failure times 1,000. It is 1 minus the probability of 1,000 consecutive successes. That math is unforgiving. I have not yet met a board that has a framework for governing this. The frameworks that exist were written assuming much narrower autonomy. NIST AI RMF ISO 42001. The EU AI Act's high-risk provisions, all of them. The agentic stretch is new. The governance disciplines have not caught up. Second, the sovereignty stack. Read what Alibaba announced today as a single product, not 5 separate ones. Proprietary model, proprietary chip, proprietary server, proprietary cloud, proprietary agent runtime, all 5 layers under the same roof, all 5 layers in the same jurisdiction. The classic vendor concentration risk every enterprise procurement team is supposed to flag concentrated here in a way that has no precedent in cloud or in software. Under China's 2017 National Intelligence Law, companies operating in China are obligated to support state intelligence work. That is a legal fact, not an opinion. Whatever you think of the geopolitics, the obligation creates a procurement reality. A US enterprise running its agentic workloads through 5 PR controlled layers has data exposure no enterprise risk register currently models. Get specific about what data exposure means in agentic deployments. Every API call to a hosted Chinese model transmits a context window. That context window can run up to 100,000 words for the larger models in this family. It contains the user's query, the relevant background data the agent retrieved, and often prior conversation history that already accumulated proprietary context. A startup using a hosted Chinese model API to build an internal coding assistant is transmitting snippets of its proprietary codebase with every single call. Multiply that by 1,000 calls per agentic task. Multiply that by 35 hours of operation. The data exposure surface is not theoretical. It is metered. Third, the approval question. The single hardest moment for any board in the next 18 months is going to be the meeting where management proposes a frontier agentic deployment and a director asks what the governance framework is, and the room realizes nobody has one. That meeting is coming. For some boards, it has already happened. A vendor stack you cannot audit running autonomously for 35 hours on your business processes, executing 1,000 tool calls per task. That is not a procurement decision your existing frameworks handle. The approval question is unsolved. We have seen this movie. Not with AI, with everything else. In 2012, the U.S. House Intelligence Committee published a report flagging Huawei and ZTE as procurement risks for U.S. enterprises. Many companies ran reviews, some divested. The exercise built a generation of supply chain security practice. In 2017, Kaspersky software was removed from U.S. federal systems on national security grounds. Enterprises ran their own evaluations. The discipline matured. In 2020, SolarWinds taught every CISO that the vendor you trust most can be the entry point you fear most. Procurement evolved again. And then in July 2024, CrowdStrike pushed a kernel-level update that took down airlines, hospitals, banks, and government services across multiple continents in a single day. The supplier was American. The customer was the global enterprise base. Supplier nationality did not protect anyone from that outage. Supplier process integrity would have. Add that to the procurement question set. Who controls the supply chain is one vector. How disciplined is the supplier's release process is another. Both matter. Both belong in the review. After 25 years in cybersecurity, I have watched this pattern repeat across every category: telecom equipment, antivirus, cloud, identity, and now AI. The shape of the question is identical every time. Who controls the supply chain? What is the legal obligation of the supplier? What visibility do you have into what the supplier is doing on your behalf? What is the cost of being wrong? Cybersecurity has 20 years of institutional memory for this question. AI procurement has roughly 18 months. Enterprises that ran Huawei reviews in 2015 need to run Qwen reviews in 2026. Different vendor, same question shape, the discipline transfers if you let it. Two things can be true at the same time, and on this story they are. The capability convergence between US and Chinese frontier labs is, on the long arc, a promise. It expands optionality, it compresses pricing power, it accelerates iteration for the entire field. Anyone betting against capability parity between US and Chinese labs over the next 5 years is reading the data wrong. The enterprise deployment question is, on the same evidence, a risk, a proprietary frontier model running on a proprietary chip in a proprietary cloud through a proprietary agent runtime for 35 hours on your business processes is not a deployment. Most enterprises have a governance framework. Approve. The bar lands at -15. Slight risk, lean overall, promise on the long arc. Risk on the question boards have to answer this quarter. Most coverage today will pick one of those positions. Both are correct simultaneously. The discipline is holding them at the same time. If you sit on a board, in an executive committee, or in a risk function, here are 3 questions worth tabling at the next AI agenda item. 1. What is your data residency framework for agentic workloads with 1,000 or more tool calls per task? If you do not have one, that is the first deliverable. The vendor cannot define it for you. 2. What independent governance overlay are you applying to vendors you cannot audit? NIST AI RMFISO 42001, the 4D framework. Pick one. Map it to your agentic workload inventory. Make the mapping a standing report to the board, not a one-time deliverable. 3. What is your concentration risk if PRC infrastructure hosts 30% of global AI workloads within 18 months? That is not a hypothetical. Open-weight Chinese model downloads already hit 30% of the global market by the end of 2025. The agentic frontier is the next layer to converge. Treat the concentration question the way your treasury team treats currency exposure. Quantify it, hedge it, report on it. If you cannot answer all 3 at your next board meeting, your AI governance program has a gap. That is the action. Episode 25 in this series in September walks through the full AI supply chain risk framework, including the import risk question this story raises. If you want the long version, subscribe and it shows up Tuesday morning when it lands. See you next week. Thank you for watching.